everyone, it's Melissa and welcome back to my channel. Are you ready to make an adorable butterfly bracelet? On today's tutorial, we will be making the matching bracelets to the Enchanted Butterfly earrings, and I will leave a link down below for the tutorial for these earrings. And we are using the same supplies: Soft Flex craft wire in a pink tourmaline, 4mm Czech glass, 4mm Austrian crystal, size 11 seed beads in gold, a 16mm butterfly coin. The only thing I'm just changing, I'm using a couple of the little gem cut beads, and they were 3x5mm from the Soft Flex Company design kit, Sunset Splendor. One eye pin, 2 jump rings, and 2 2x2s. And before we start creating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel grow. And down below in the description, I will leave a link to all the products I am using, as well as other tutorials for bracelet inspiration. Let's start creating. To start, you're going to cut about 12 inches of your Soft Flex wire. We have our 12 inches of our Soft Flex wire, and we're going to pick up 1 2x2. And we're going to pass through this a couple times. So if the 2x2 is a little difficult, you can always do a size larger and use a Soft Flex 3x3. So we're going to slide it kind of in the middle. Then we're going to take one side of our Soft Flex wire and we're going to loop it back through. And what we're doing here is very similar to how I would end one of my earrings with the loop. We're just kind of doing it in a reverse order. We're just going to make any adjustments to our piece. And once we have our loop, this is where our connection point is going to be. So you can adjust it to any size you would like. We want to make sure that our tails are fairly the same size. We're going to grab our pliers and give it a little smash. And usually I'll round my 2x2 for a more professional finish, but for this project and the way the beads are going to be, it's okay to just flatten it out. And I forgot to mention earlier, for my supplies, you will need 6 7mm Czech Glass beads, and these are available on softflexcompany.com, and they come in about 15 different colors, and they really sparkle, so I use them in a lot of my projects. So to start, we're just going to pick up one of our 4mm Czech Glass and just slide it on one of your Soft Flex wires. It doesn't matter which side. We're going to slide on one of our purple Czech Glass. We're going to pick up 3 size 11 seed beads. And what's great about the Soft Flex wire is it acts as a needle, so you don't have to pick up the little beads with your fingers. Pick up 1 4mm Austrian crystal in tanzanite and 3 more seed beads. And we're going to do the same little loop that we did for our earrings. So we're just going to slide that down. Take our Soft Flex wire and we're just going to loop it through our amethyst bead in purple and give it a pull. We want to make sure that our amethyst bead is right nestled next to the first 4mm Czech Glass. And sometimes it'll turn on you a little bit and twist, but once you add more beads on, it'll straighten out. And once you have its little crown on, it kind of acts as a bead stopper, so we can work on the other side of our projects. So let's pick up another 4mm Czech Glass, an amethyst, and repeat our pattern. 3 seed beads, a 4mm crystal, and 3 seed beads. When I originally did this project, I used all Czech Glass instead of the 4mm bicone, but I just wanted to change it up a little bit and give you another design technique where you can add more sparkle into your design. We're just going to pass back through our Czech Glass. And if you don't have the 7mm Czech Glass, as long as your Soft Flex wire will pass through the larger bead twice, you can use that bead for this project. So that's what it should look like so far. And then we're just going to repeat this for the rest of our beads. So we're going to use our little 4mm Czech Glass, and that's going to act as our spacer. Pick up a 7mm and our seed beads and bicone. I added on 4 little components. And this is a really cute connector. You could use this as an earring, or even put some chain and just kind of make it like an illusion style necklace. We're going to make it a little bit bigger so it looks like a flower, so we can put our butterfly inside. And also don't worry if there's a little spacing in your Soft Flex wire is showing. That's a great thing about Soft Flex wire is it comes in so many different colors, similar to the Czech Glass, so you can really make it match your design. So we're going to put on one more 4mm bead, our Czech Glass, and repeat the pattern of 3 seed beads and an Austrian crystal. Then we'll just add on the rest of our beads. So we have 3 little components on each side of our Soft Flex wire. Now, depending on what size bead you're going to put in the center, you may need to make some adjustments. Completely up to you. You just have to kind of play around with your design. But now we're going to make the connection point on this side. So we're just going to pick up 1 4mm on each side. And we're going to pick up our 2x2. And you could probably do this with about 10 inches of Soft Flex wire. This technique, I do recommend just using a little bit more. Even if you have extra, you can always save your Soft Flex wire for another project. So the side that doesn't have our 2x2, we're just going to cross. So it's going to create like a little X. And we're just going to give it a pull. Then we can flatten out our design. You can see its little shape. We'll put the little butterfly in the inside, and you can see the design. So it's up to you which side of Soft Flex wire you want to loop back through for the connection point. We're going to take our Soft Flex wire and pass back through our 2x2. And this is the tricky part, so if you need to do that 3x3, you can. You'll get the same result. Now we're just going to make our adjustments and make sure that our loops are fairly the same size. Make sure everything is nice and secure. And don't worry if it's curling or it looks a little out of place, it will straighten up. We're just going to take our pliers and give it a smash. Make sure it is completely secure. We're going to take our nippers and we're going to trim off our extra Soft Flex. Make sure that you don't cut your connection points, or else you will have to start over on your little component. And then we're going to save our Soft Flex for another project. And we have our little component. So we're just going to set that off to the side. We're going to bring in our eye pin and our extra beads. I'm going to slide on these little rondels, 3x5mm. When I was creating this project, I did use the 4mm bicones with a 6mm jump ring to connect, and it didn't fit in my little circle just right. So I changed out the beads. You could probably still use a 4mm bicone, but maybe use a 4mm jump ring instead of a 6. Slide on our butterfly. And these are laser etched, so they're 2-sided. And then we're going to make our loop. I will be using a 1-step looper, or you can use your round nose pliers. We're just going to slide it in, give it a squeeze, and we have our loop. And then we just want to take our round nose pliers and make sure it is completely closed. We don't want to lose our little charm. We're going to attach our butterfly in our little component. So we're going to open up our 6mm jump ring, and when we open up a jump ring, we just want to twist side to side. We're going to slide it over our smashed 2x2 and one little loop of our eye pin and give it a close. And if you want you can make your own jump rings out of Soft Flex craft wire and really make the wire match your design. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And if you didn't want to make this into a bracelet, you could also use these as a pendant and have like a little tassel from it or a little dangle or connectors on a necklace. And we have our beautiful connector for our Enchanted Butterfly bracelet. So we're going to make 2 more of those. So we have all 3 of our little components for our butterfly bracelet, and I already started to connect it, and I'm using this beautiful tiara cast butterfly toggle. And what I did by connecting them is I used 6mm jump rings, and I used 2 of them. So it gives it a little bit of a basic chainmail look. You could also connect it by doing like an infinity link with Soft Flex, maybe in the tanzanite color or purple amethyst, or you could do like a herringbone, maybe one of the 7mm Czech Glass. So endless possibilities on how to connect this bracelet together. So I'm going to show you how to connect with the 2 jump rings. So first I'm going to add on my clasp. And it's great with this project because the butterflies are 2-sided. So if it happens to flip, you're going to get a butterfly on the other side as well. So I'm going to take one of my 6mm jump rings, my toggle bar. And I have to attach only 1 jump ring because the hole isn't big enough to fit through 2 of the jump rings. And these ones are heavy duty jump rings. I just felt it gave it more of the chainmail look. I'm going to take up another jump ring and attach it. And you could use a link of chain if you wanted to. I like it with jump rings. If you need to adjust it at any time, you can always just add or subtract jump rings. So we're just going to double this one. So we have our toggle bar from 1 and then it connects to 2. And we're just going to put 2 more on. And this is where we're going to connect one of our little butterflies. So add on the jump ring. And before we close it, so we're going to have all our little butterflies flying that way. We're just going to attach it to our loop that we made on our Soft Flex and give it a close. So that's what it should look like. And then we're going to connect it again to the 2 links and to the Soft Flex and give it a close. We have our little toggle bar connected to the first component. And with this design and the colors, I was inspired by the Soft Flex Company design kit, Sunset Splendor. It's almost fall. I can't believe this year is just flying by. And just the purples with the pinks, it just really reminded me of that sunset. So now we're just going to take 4 more jump rings and we're going to connect our 2 components together. Just going to open and attach 2 jump rings to one side of your component. We're almost done. And this is such a versatile design that you can make sun catchers, earrings, pendants. So we have it connected, and now we're just going to connect that 1 jump ring to the next loop with our butterflies and give it a close. And just 1 more jump ring to add. This will secure our bracelet. So we're going to add on that last jump ring. And we have our beautiful Enchanted Butterfly bracelet using 7mm Czech Glass on the pink tourmaline Soft Flex wire, gem cut 3x5mm, and size 11 seed beads and 6mm jump rings. And we have a matching bracelet to our earrings for Enchanted Butterfly. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel grow. And stay tuned for the necklace tutorial to match the set of Enchanted Butterfly. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.